Hey guys, welcome to my first ever plan with me video. I'm not entirely sure how well this is going to work out, but I figured I would go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to be planning for the week of December 5th to the 11th, and I'm going to be using this really beautiful kit from Virgo and Paper called Snow Day. So I'll do a quick through. This is the deco, some washi and headers. Here are the full checklists, some half checklists here, full boxes and some little strip checklists, washi, date covers, half boxes and some more half checklists there, and then the functional sheets, so quarter boxes, half boxes, icons, and sidebar stuff. So I will go ahead and just jump on in. I usually start with my washi. I'm sorry guys if I'm not like super talkative through this. I find that I like really have to concentrate when I'm putting these stickers down, or I do what I just did and just start ripping stuff. Good enough for me. Just kind of cut off some of this paper I pulled up. It's always so difficult for me to cut stuff with that X-Acto knife. I feel like I'm gonna slice my finger off or something. I'm gonna try really hard to make sure this doesn't go out of frame, because I tried to film one of these before a couple of weeks ago and I was just like completely out of frame the entire time and didn't even know. So that is super crooked. I'm gonna try not to do that this time, but don't hate me if I'm a little wonky. Already I am totally messing this up. Oh well. Who's here for perfection? Not me. So let's see here. Last week I found that I really liked having all of my to-do lists at the bottom, so I think I'm going to do that again this week. And I am going to use the full boxes for my checklists instead of little strips, because I find that I like to write with kind of some heavier duty pens and they tend to bleed through the paper, and I don't really like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start popping these down. I was trying to decide whether or not I wanted to do kind of a live plan with me or a voiceover. And initially I was going to try and do a voiceover, but then I was worried that I wouldn't time things right, or I don't know, that I would kind of be moving too quickly and I wouldn't give myself enough time. So I figured I would try this first, just to see how it goes. And let me know what you guys think, if you prefer plan with me's that are kind of sped up with a voiceover over top, or if you like it better this way. Because I am certainly open to suggestions. I'm really excited to use this kit, even though it doesn't snow here in California, in Southern California where we are. I still really wanted to use this kit. I feel like if I'm not able to get festive because of the weather, at least I can kind of trick myself into it by decorating and using these kits. So that's what we're gonna do. And initially I thought I had purchased too many kind of Christmas themed kits, and then I kind of was freaking out when I was trying to plan my kits out last minute, because I thought I didn't have enough, and then it turned out that I had this one in the mail, so it worked out really well. So I think up here for this corner, I'm going to use this little this sticker, the pink one. It says "Let it snow." It looks like it's a cup of hot chocolate. But even though, like I said, it will not be snowing here. Oh, come on. Alright, so this one was cut a little funny. That sucks. Hold on. I'm gonna try and fix this. I feel like the thing that I use the most as of late is this X-Acto knife. I'm getting way more use out of it than I thought I would have. I'm not normally this kind of anal about this kind of stuff, but it's a pretty decent chunk left on, so I think that would really bother me, so I want to fix it. There we go. So I'm going to try and put this one up in the corner here, but I always end up making my sidebar like ridiculously crooked. So I'm going to attempt to do it a little straighter this time. In fact, I'm going to do this, see if this helps me at all. Not bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'll start with my sidebar first. And I kind of do like a mixture of a plan as I go and planning the week before. Like I like to put down the bones, but fill in each day as it comes. So kind of all over the place here, sorry. So I think what I'm going to do is use some of these washi strips here. Decided not to pull any washi for this spread since she had so many different types of washi strips here. I really wanted to use these because they're really cute. So I'm going to put down a hydrate tracker. So I find that her sticker paper is really, really beautiful, but it does not pick up well. So like I was saying, her stickers are really great quality, but they're really hard to pull up. So I'm going to use a little bit of undo to pull this guy up. And see if I can move him just a smidge. Perfect. This undo stuff is like magic. If you guys haven't heard of it, you can pick up your stickers and they still have enough adhesive left over to stick. So next I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna use up the rest of this washi. No, that's a big one. I'm gonna do a weekly sidebar because I like to use one for work, for my work schedule. So let me go ahead and put this guy down just so I can get my spacing. Let me do this. Right. Gonna put this guy down. I always find that my sidebars are like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Like they just kind of go farther and farther to the right the farther I go down. This one's not looking so bad. And then I'll do a habit tracker. I think I'll do this light pink one. Actually, I think I'm going to do 2 of these. So I'll get another one of these washi strips here. Where am I going with this? Little space there. And then I think what I'll do is put a half box down in the corner. Kind of line this guy up. Close enough. Just kind of stick this guy down here. Not sure what I want to do there yet. I might just end up putting deco, but at least that's filled in. Okay, so next I think I'm going to put in some date covers. Oh, and you guys couldn't see that, sorry. So I put a half box down here with some washi. Let me zoom out a little bit. You guys have a little bit more room. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna put some date covers up here. Get these lined up nicely. These are really cute. The little spot where you write the date number is another cup of cocoa, which I think is super, super cute. And this kit didn't come with a weekend banner, so I'm going to go ahead and put these date covers down, but I did pull a couple sheets of just random weekend banners that I have that I might end up putting down if I can find one that matches well enough, and if I end up having room for it here. So let's see how that's looking. Okay, pretty good. I go ahead and put down my headers now for the top, and I'm gonna use today at the top. I love the colors in this kit. The pinks, the blues, and the teals are really, really pretty. I don't love the way they kind of butt up against the green. My 2017 months are all in the neutral, because I actually added the end of my 2016. I pulled those last couple of weeks out, and added them to the front of my 2017 so they'd be in the same planner. So starting in January, I have the neutral layout, which I think I'm gonna like a lot more. When I initially bought my Erin Condren, I had no idea about the sticker obsession that people have and all the kits and things that people make. So I didn't realize that I would kind of hate the way that some of my sticker kits were clashing with the monthly colors that were there. But now that I have a lot more kits, I'm going to be really happy to have the neutral planner. So that way it doesn't mix with anything. I'm going to go ahead and add my to-dos down at the bottom. I find that if I do it this way, where I start with the boxes down at the bottom or with the headers down at the bottom and kind of work my way in, I tend to make things a little bit straighter because I have the other boxes or headers to kind of go off of. Otherwise, everything is going to be super, super crooked. And I'm not usually a no white space type of planner, but it's looking like this is going to end up being that way. We'll see how it goes. Hoping that my camera doesn't die right in the middle of filming this because the battery was kind of low. So I keep kind of jumping up to check it if you hear me moving around. Because I'd hate to get all the way to the end and then realize that it didn't film. Because that would be just my luck, and it would be the second plan with me that had failed miserably. I think I'd probably start taking it as a sign at that point. Okay. So there we have that. Let's kind of see. Come on. Alright, that's looking good so far. So I think what I'm going to do now is go ahead and put some full boxes in. So I tend to like to put the really decorative full boxes on days that I'm working and I know I'm going to be at work all day and not have much else going on. So for Monday, which I have off, I'm going to use this more plain box, and I think I'm going to start it up here at the top. I don't like to put all of my full boxes in a row because I find that things just start to look too, I don't know, symmetrical, and it kind of bugs me a little bit, so I like to alternate my boxes like that. So I'm going to take this guy next. Oh, don't tell me this entire row is miscut. Alright, well that kind of looks like crap, but hopefully I'll be able to fix it here. There we go. That doesn't look bad. Alright, and then I work all day Wednesday as well. So go ahead and put down another decorative box. Alright, so this entire sheet, it looks like I'm going to have to cut out by hand. Okay. So these boxes aren't going to look exactly perfect, but don't judge me. I'm doing the best I can. That does not look awesome. Alright, let's go to this next one, and Thursday I work again. All these are pretty much the same, so I don't think it really matters. $10 now at this point. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Not so bad. I've seen worse. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish putting in my headers real quick. I'll use these odds and ends ones for the center here. And these hopefully will help cover up a little bit of the miscuts. At least on the bottom. That's already starting to look better. I've used one of her kits before and I didn't have any issues, so I think this was just kind of a fluke. Alright, so there's all of the headers and full boxes down. Don't think I need any more of those. And I'll just kind of fill in what I already know. So on Monday, I know that there's a few things that I'm going to have to do in the afternoon. But those might be able to go on my to-do list. I do need to drive a friend of mine to the airport. So I think I'm going to put one of these guys sideways and use some washi here. Kind of make that a little bit cuter. And then I'll put an appointment label down for this space below it just to fill that in. So yeah, I think I'm gonna kind of go for a pseudo no white space plan this week, which is, like I said, kind of different for me. Tuesday, I don't have anything super serious going on. So I'll probably just leave that one how it is for now. I am working, so I'll put a sticker up here for that. And the same goes for Wednesday. I work that day, so I'll put that there. Thursday. It's a little funky. Better. And then Friday, I've got two things going on. So I have an appointment here in the afternoon. And then I'm on call for work. And then not much going on or planned. You know, I think I'm gonna move this full box. Here. I'm actually going to move this up here so that I can put a weekend banner down. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling some stuff in. I'm gonna use this pen. I will link it below. I got it on Amazon. I could not tell you for the life of me how to pronounce that, so I'm not even gonna try. So I think I'm going to start filling in some other types of stickers in with this spread. I haven't decided on a couple of them yet, like which ones I want to use. So let's see, I've got these foiled icons from Planning World. I think I'm going to use one of the airplanes because I'm going to take my friend to the airport. I'm actually going to use one of these little cars instead. Let's see what else I've got. First off, let me see which weekend banner I want to use. I think I like this one. These are from Pop Mix Designs. I'm actually going to put this over the top. Ooh, that is super crooked. Over the top of these headers here. Like so. It's really pretty. Oh, let's fill in the dates before I forget. So this is the 5th. those in there. I pulled quite a bit, so I'm gonna also fill in my Christmas countdown. These are from Pumpkin Paper Co. And they're super cute. I'm gonna put these down along the washi strap. So I know Monday I'm gonna have a lot of cleaning to do. So I've got these cleaning stickers from Fox and Pip that I've been dying to use. I think I'm just gonna use this girl with the little broom, and I'm gonna grab another like half box or quarter box or something from the kit. Let's see what I have left. I'm actually going to use this, one of these little half checklists. I'm going to use her to cover up that. Definitely need to do some cleaning tomorrow. And then we're actually going to be moving probably next month. And so we kind of want to start packing early. But we do need to find some moving boxes. A lot of people donate them on Craigslist, like to pick up for free. Or we may end up having to buy some. So I'm actually going to use this spot in the corner here to kind of remind us to find boxes. And then we can start packing some of our rooms because we do have some boxes already. I'm going to use one of these quarter boxes here for the weekend. And let's start with probably the office. Can start in there. Then let's see. I know that I've kind of been lagging behind on YouTube, and I need to edit and post a video that I've actually already filmed. So I'm gonna do a reminder for that. I don't want to do that. I probably really need to do it tomorrow. I just have so much going on. So what I'm not going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add this little guy to my checklist to remind myself there. And then another day here, Friday. I'll leave that kind of open because I don't know what I'm going to want to do here yet, but I know I need to do something. And so I actually have to take my phone into Apple on Friday because my battery is acting up. So I'm going to use that sticker from Fox and Pip. And this is one of the munchkins, by the way, from Once More with Love. And for my work days, I'm going to use some of these icons because they're a little bit smaller than the ones that come with the kit. So let's see, I'll just use an asterisk here, exclamation point there, there, actually. Let's bring this guy up. Now I use these cute little paw prints because we give Olive her flea pill on this day. And speaking of Olive, do we have any more? Yes, we do. Quarter boxes here. I want to take her on a long walk this weekend. Probably won't be able to get that done until Sunday. So I'm gonna put that here. And these are actually custom stickers that I ordered from, Corgi Things on Etsy. I'll just do this kind of below there. Just to take her on a longer walk than just around the neighborhood. And I definitely need to decorate our little mini tree at some point this week. I think I'll just put that on our to-do list. And I'm actually going to use, these are from Pumpkin Paper Co. I'm just going to use one of these random little lights right there. And I need to finish buying Christmas presents. And so I'll probably put this on Saturday. But I really, really need to find a birthday present for my mom, because her birthday and Christmas are really close together. And I've gotten her one present already, but I need to get her one more. I think that's it for now. Like I said, I'm more of kind of a plan as I go type planner, so each day, the day before, I'll go in and add more stuff and add in my to-dos. But this is what I have for now, so check back on my Instagram if you want to see how this ends up. I do post midweek and end of week spreads usually if it looks nice. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging in there with me through some technical difficulties, and I will see you guys later. Bye!